Oh, hello everyone. Dave from We Heart Giant Robots here, reporting live from the blasted desert wasteland that is Scotland in the wake of the hottest goddamn summer on record. Civilization has all but collapsed. Water is a precious commodity. Buckfast is now both a source of nourishment and an offensive weapon. Anarchy has descended, and Rob couldn't make it in time to record this video because he's busy leading an army of raiders across Aberdeenshire. So like all disgusting neckbeard shut-ins confronted with a serious issue that requires immediate action, I've decided to bury my head in the sand and avoid my problems by watching some lovely seasonal anime. And by lovely seasonal anime, I don't mean some of the better shows that you'll have heard people talking about. Fuck no, that'd be the smart thing to do. No, we're talking about the very worst that summer 2019 has to offer. What's that, you say? We're pretty much out of summer now? Surely we ought to be looking to the coming autumn? All fair points. But you see, Rob decided we should do a video on a series with 49 fucking episodes, and I said yes because I'm an idiot, so now we need filler content. You're welcome. Okay, let's kick this nonsense off, I guess. Ferrata, yes, I'm probably saying that wrong, is yet another Isekai series made by a studio that's actually made some half-decent series in the past, and some other studio that's made, like, something I think I heard of once, maybe? Anyway, it's an Isekai show, so you know the drill by now. Modern world protagonist, MacGuffined into another world, etc., and so forth. Ferrata, yes, I'm fairly certain I'm saying that wrong, sets out to distinguish itself from the rest of the crowd by having its summoned protagonist Hajime learn that he's far from the most powerful hero who's been summoned, and that he's actually looked down upon by the residents of the strange new world, and oh my god, they've just made Shield Hero, but shittier. Like, Jesus Christ, I genuinely cannot express how low effort this show is. Hey, should we do the usual Isekai setup where we show how the Wonderbread protagonist and his fuckboy classmates wound up in a fantasy world? Nah, it's an Isekai. They know how it works by now. Just cutting somewhere after all that shit. I can't be bothered writing it. Hey, should we bother to animate, like, anything? Hell no, we spent all the budget on Blu-rays and hentai. Just get the 3D guys to do it. Even the guns and the static models? Even the guns and the static models. Should they at least try to match the frame rates between 2D and 3D elements? Nah. Effort. I mean, I know the web novel author has come out and openly said that the story is dumb and he just writes it because it's a laugh, but that feels like a strange part of the source material for White Fox and Astrid to try and bring over. It sounds awful, the story is utterly generic, yet still manages to irritate by dragging everything out. Plus it keeps cutting away from the MC and his lolly sidekick to keep showing us sequences with his former classmates that are utterly fucking pointless. I do not care about these people, I barely care about the protagonists. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this fucking travesty makes Shield Hero look good in comparison. Shield Hero sucked, fight me. I guess if you really enjoy Shield Hero and the thought of having to wait for the inevitable second season fills you with existential dread, you might get something out of this experience. You probably shouldn't, though. Demon Lord Retry is yet another Isekai series made by a studio that no one's even fucking heard of. Anyway, it's an Isekai show, so you know the drill by now. Modern world protagonist, MacGuffined into another world, etc., etc., and so forth. Demon Lord Retry sets out to distinguish itself from the rest of the crowd by literally remaking Overlord. This is just Overlord. They have literally just remade Overlord, but shittier. All these shows are just low-effort remakes of other shows, and that's fine. If they want to go low-effort, I will go lower. Demon Lord Retry sets out to distinguish itself from the rest of the crowd by
having the show star some edgy 14-year-old's vision of a badass anti-hero as he wanders around a generic fantasy world collecting lolis and anime girls.
I genuinely cannot express how
much lolicon bullshit there is in this show. The animators and original author should genuinely be investigated for child pornography.
The story is utterly generic, yet still manages to irritate by dragging everything out. Plus it
has absolutely none of the charm and humor that made Overlord actually tolerable. Even though it's an isekai show.
I guess if you really enjoy
listening to bore horse and self-harming,
you might get something out of this experience.
Alexa, play Crawling in My Skin.mp3. Do You Love Your Mum and Her 2-Hit Multi-Target Attacks
is yet another Isekai series made by a studio that
I genuinely expected better from.
Anyway, it's an Isekai show, so you know the drill by now. Modern world protagonist, MacGuffined into another world, etc., etc., and so forth.
Do You Love Your Mum
sets out to distinguish itself from the rest of the crowd by
luring viewers in with borderline MILF porn and humor that gets old quickly.
Its summoned protagonist
Masato
is a whiny, obnoxious fuckboy who treats his mother horribly and who I genuinely hope gets set on fire frequently over the course of the series.
I guess if you really enjoy
jerking off to MILFs and disturbing mother-son doujinshi,
you might get something out of this experience.
Isekai Cheap Magician
is yet another isekai series
and proof that we live in a godless universe. It is a black void absent of any quality or hope. Its creators should be arrested for crimes against humanity, and anyone who has ever expressed enjoyment towards it must be added to a watch list for potential domestic terrorists.
Isekai Cheat Magician
is further demonstration that we did not nuke Japan enough in World War II.
I guess if you really enjoy
killing puppies and torturing small animals,
you might get something out of this experience.
And your parents think that you were a mistake.
Stop it. Just stop. If I have to watch one more fucking show about some guy getting trapped in another world, I am genuinely going to wind up walking into traffic. These shows are all the same. They are all the same. Minute variations upon minute variations of the same formula over and over again, and yet somehow they keep getting sequels and massive Blu-ray sales. Plus, every time any series manages to achieve something even remotely unique or interesting, there's another 5 fucking studios ready to bankroll and churn out some light novel adaptation that just rips off said interesting or unique idea, but worse.
Stop it. Get some help.
Just let's just do something else. Jesus Christ. Wait, stop. This isn't what I meant. Look, I really love the survival genre. Some of my favorite stories, films, and games are all part of it, and any anime that potentially covers that same ground is something I'm willing to check out. And oh god, I have so many regrets about checking out this one. So you got 4 teenage girls stranded on some tropical island. We got the sporty one, the nerdy one, the ditzy one, and the one who's probably gonna skin the others alive and wear their flesh as a hat. And rather than trying to survive as best they can, they seem to be more focused on getting into deliberately forced raunchy situations that the show tries to play for laughs, because this right here is an ecchi show, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not against ecchi as a concept or as a genre. Hell, some of the best comedy out there play sexual situations for laughs. The only real prerequisite is that the show in question is actually, funny, not an unreasonable expectation, right? Well, fucking Are You Lost seems to think so. Apparently, if you stuff a bunch of weird fetish shit into the scene, have a soundtrack trying desperately hard to be quirky and or quaint, and have these little headshot pop-ups appear as an obnoxiously frequent, right? Then the creators think they've got themselves a comedy. They do not. And that's why you should avoid this one like the goddamn plague. So that's all I've got the goddamn stomach for at the minute, ladies and gentlemen. That is some of the very worst summer 2019 has had to offer, summed up and suffered through for your entertainment, you sick, sick bastards. Also, seriously, where the fuck is Rob?
Ta-da!